another video. Today is going to be how you could have possibly caught 150 ticks on NQ on Thursday. So there's a trade recap from a trade I took on Thursday, obviously, and I'm going to show you on the charts how you could have possibly taken the same trade. So coming into Thursday, I was bullish. The day before was obviously FOMC. With FOMC, we did push up higher. We're down here. FOMC was right here. We did push up higher, but we kind of just stayed in this range. Then overnight, we attacked equal highs that we hadn't attacked in weeks. Like all these highs up here, all these actually not these, but all these up here, we hadn't attacked at all in weeks, and it's been annoying because we've been like edging up and then we go back down, and then we go back up and then we go back down. But overnight, this actually happened during London. I remember I watched it happen too. Took out these, and I was expecting a dump from this, at least to retrace down, maybe. I mean, we filled this up, but I expected some kind of down movement, to be honest, which we didn't get. We literally pushed right through it, like we closed above. So this right here just gave me confirmation that we want to go higher. So with that being said, 6 a.m. candle closed above. It closed above it. It didn't wick above it. It didn't, closed above it perfectly. So I'm expecting this candle, this 4-hour candle, to open bullish. There's no reason for us to push down at this point. I mean, maybe we could fill up the fair value gap, make form fair value gap, but I feel like that would be later in the day, which, as you can see, we did that the next day. So looking to target these highs, this fair value gap to get filled. There's an order block here. Looking to target all this, but mainly it was this high, I believe, or I don't know if it was one of these highs I was targeting, and just like the 50% of this order block. So let's drop down to a lower time frame and go into 1 hour. So again, we open at 9:30, somewhere around here. We open higher. We see this. I see this fair value gap, right? We hadn't traded down, so we were trading up. As you can see, we traded up. So I was like, maybe we're just gonna have to ride the trend some way. But we started getting down movement as we go on lower time frame. I'll show you. But my target was, if we're gonna manipulate lower, we're gonna have to target here, right? We're gonna sweep this low, and then obviously target this hourly fair value gap, which also London. You put these times and where these points of interest are together, and you're like, all right, like this makes the trade even better. So yeah, we first started pushing up, like I said, going to 15-minute. Seen this fair value gap, but again, this was too early for me. This is still 9:30. I like to wait for the macro, so I wanted to wait till 9:55 at least, or 9:50, especially with how bullish we were. I knew we were gonna get like some form of manipulation first, because people were just buying. People are just buying because they think we're gonna push the all-time highs, which I thought as well. But again, I'm not gonna force something. I'm playing the game. When you trade for a certain time, you learn that patience is key. And there's times you will miss trades because of how patient you are. That's how it is, right? But the patient you are, the less you lose, the more you'll see things happening in time. And that's what I've been doing a lot recently. And I've been loving it, because look, if you entered right here, 9:45, let's see, entered a lower time frame, which stops below this, you would have got stopped out. So just waiting till 10, or in this case 9:45, but your entry would have been around 10, you wouldn't have been manipulated, right? Could you have caught this down move? 100%. It just depends how we trade, but we go on the 5 minute. So after I seen that, I see this wick, I'm like, all right, we're bullish. If we're bearish, you know, it's kind of unfortunate. It is what it is, but to me, this wick right here, we're bullish, right? So go on the 5 minute. I see this fair value gap. This is gonna be the main target to get through. Once we close above this, as you can see, we close above it. What do? We just rally. So like we need to close above this fair value gap. So that's the main target. But I love trading the 1 minute. So obviously my entry was on the 1 minute. I didn't wait till the 5 minute get inversed. But it was a confluence into the trade where I was like, all right, bet. So I got on, or I got in right here. Let me turn this on. This BPR. What is a BPR? Just the inverse. A fair value gap that got disrespected, and then a fair value gap that overlaps it. So BPR right here, the inverse, plus fair value gap. So we already inverses. I'm expecting a move push into this, which is the BPR. If you want to trade down the lower to the order block, I don't want to see that, but it's fine. I initially had a order limit, but took it out. I don't really like doing order limits anymore. I kind of like watching price and entering. So I let it sit here for a little bit, let it retrace it down one more time. Got in. Stops right below this this low. Could have been right here if you wanted to add more protection, but I was fine with this, right? If we push below this, I wouldn't want to see another manipulation leg down, right? Like that wick enough had me bullish. So I got in right there, targeting the highs up here, and I caught this to pretty much like the tick. Like it was like right here probably where I got out my last contract. I got in with 4 contracts on the micro, obviously. Been loving to trade the micros recently, but first TP was gonna be, or first contract off was gonna be right here. But one thing I did bad in this trade, full transparency, so we closed above the 5 minute fair value gap, but right as you can see right here, we had a lot of resistance, right? For a good like 5 or so minutes, we kept like resisting here, we kept pushing down, and to me it was just like this fair value gap was holding like crazy, which I believe on the 5 minute it was an order block as well. Yeah, so it was just like resisting it so much even after we closed above the 5 minute fair value gap. So when I'm looking at that, I'm like, damn, like we might push back down and we might take out this low. And if that's the case, I don't want to be in this trade. But again, we kept respecting things. You know, there's a breaker right here, respected it. So I'm like, but the one thing I did, once we pushed, because we pushed down again right here, like we pushed damn near to my entry. So once it kind of got up, I sold 1 contract, moved stops to break even, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just let it run. Or no, I didn't move stops to break even yet. I moved it up to this low, and then it just started pumping. Literally pumped 2 contracts off right here, or no, 1 contract off right here. Stop loss and break even, and then we just watched it literally hit final TP, which was literally right over here somewhere. And that right there, that move from the entry I got in right around there to about there is literally 150 ticks. So you possibly could have caught 150 ticks with pretty much just trading that. If you want to wait for that unicorn model as well right here, watch my video on that if you haven't. There's plenty of videos on it, but I'm telling you, it is probably the best entry model you can use out of all the ICT models, in my opinion. There's obviously other models, but it's simple. It's, you know, it's easy to learn. It's not really hard. doesn't really take like a lot of back testing to even see it. I mean, once you see it, you see it. Like right here, breaker. For value gap, what do we do? Tap in it, pump. So if you haven't watched that video, gonna be link in the description. I don't know when I'll post the video, but that video should be out by the time I post this. But yeah, if y'all like these videos, please like, comment, subscribe. I'm trying to post more content, more different content, and help you guys. You know, I want to help anybody that's trading, struggling with this. It's my main goal. So look for that in the description. I also want to make a Discord for like community, not paid, just community people. You know, grow it, help people grow. So look out for that soon. But yeah, I love y'all. Catch y'all. Stay safe.